Hey everyone, I'd like to share my first impressions with the Hoka Speedgoat 5s. They look great, the color scheme is awesome. Hard to keep clean when you're going down trails, but they do look good. They are made extremely small. They are not true to size. You need to upscale at least half a size in your own size. The width on these shoes, extremely narrow. It's as if they think we have really, really pointy feet. So the width is a challenge when the shoes are brand new. So if you can get a triple E size, that would be very beneficial in these shoes. If not, you're gonna be susceptible to blisters on your pinky toe and your big toe. I did my first race, so I'm bringing my perspective as an OCR racer. This race was not an OCR race, it was simply a trail race, 24 kilometer, 5 peaks trail run. Use these shoes, the grip underneath, as you can see, they're pretty cool because they're facing both ways. So they're kind of made opposite from front to back. So that's a cool feature on these shoes. However, downside, a con, is that the grips aren't very deep. I found that traction on muddy trails, like even a slight dew on a BMX trail type of scenario, like single track, shoes were extremely slippery. I would compare it to when I run on ice. So these shoes for a Spartan race, for example, no go for me. Just way too slippery, no traction, which is surprising because they come with the Vibram soles. You would expect a little bit more traction. So I was slipping on the trail itself, almost, I would say, a quarter of an inch per step when I was going an incline. So definitely, if you want to be competitive in your sport, don't wear these shoes. I didn't obviously do any obstacles with these shoes because it was simply a trail race. However, I would anticipate that doing the Z-wall, for example, which is a wood surface, you would definitely slide off with these shoes. Simple obstacle, I could easily foresee myself slipping off the wall and having to do a penalty loop. Same thing would go with the Olympus. I believe I would fail the Olympus guaranteed with these shoes. However, it's not all cons. I still love these shoes in my collection. When am I going to use them? Training runs. If you look at the stack here, it's really thick. It's a very thick shoe, very cushioned shoe, so that's a good pro. They're for long trail runs, long runs up and down, doing hill repeats or stuff like that. I would definitely use these shoes to alleviate the pressure on my heels. I've used these for 54 kilometers this past weekend. I have zero pain in my heels. I've heard others mention that there's more susceptible chances of twisting an ankle due to the stack height of these shoes. I've ran about 100 kilometers in them, haven't even come close to twisting my ankle once in very technical terrain. So I think if you are an avid trail runner, that won't be an issue for you. Another con for these shoes, however, you have the comfort. They're a little heavy. They're almost, they're 291 grams for the pair of shoes. So compared to my racing shoes, usually I race with Innovates, they're 270 grams. You would think, 21 grams isn't a big difference. You know what, I felt it during my race. So the 21 grams did affect them significantly for turnover in my legs. Overall, I would say, I would probably rate this shoe 4 out of 5 for training and probably a 2.5 out of 5 for racing itself. They're not very bouncy, they're not responsive when you hit the ground to help you bring your cadence up. However, they're very comfortable. So they are a very comfortable shoe. I would compare these to Asics Nimbus 25s or 26, where I would never run with my Asics in a race. However, I do run with them for all my training runs, all my slow 16 kilometer short runs, that kind of stuff. Makes it a little bit easier on your heel bones, and you just want to get the mileage in without actually hurting yourself. So yeah, score wise, they're good shoes for training, not for racing. They're currently on sale because Speedgoat 6s have come out. So if you can get them on sale, I got them $60 off from the running room. I'm going to be using them. I've got about 110 kilometers on them. You can see the wear and tear starting on these shoes. Other reviewers have said you can put about 300 kilometers on a pair before you start kind of losing some integrity in the sole. I've got about 100 Ks on them. Slight wear, nothing too drastic. We'll see how the shoes go, but that was my initial thoughts. Definitely do not recommend for any OCR type related events because you're going to regret it. Unfortunately, you're going to slide, you're not going to grip to your obstacles. However, training runs, strongly recommend. Avoid injuries. Really thick cushioning really makes the impact on your heel bones and on your knees that much softer. So it's a give and take relationship. Great training run type of shoe, not a great racing shoe. If you've liked my review on these shoes, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do everything and anything about OCR racing, from shoe reviews to tips and tricks on how to train and actually race day video footage. Please join me on my YouTube channel and let's keep on racing.